Right now on ABC 10 News at 4 o'clock, some local veterans speak out about the U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan and the chaos that ensued. They share their concerns for the Afghan people and national security. Plus, the trial begins for the man accused of killing a San Diego police officer 5 years ago. And mixed feelings from parents today as the Cajon Valley School District reopens.
ABC 10 News at 4 starts now.
After chaos at the airport in Afghanistan's capital of Kabul yesterday, U.S. air operations resumed today. In the last 24 hours, 1,000 U.S. troops arrived to help evacuate Americans and Afghanis who have aided the U.S. The White House says the evacuation should be complete by the end of the month. It also says the Taliban agreed to allow safe passage for civilians to leave the country. Hundreds have already flown out of Afghanistan. The Air Force is also investigating what happened yesterday when a military plane was swarmed by hundreds of Kabul's airport. Human remains were later found in the plane's wheel well. Meantime, the Taliban also vowed to respect women's rights, but there is serious concern about what the future holds for women and children.
The events make them question what was it for? What was it all about? And I think we're all trying to answer that question.
Local veterans question whether America's longest war was worth it. The images coming out of Kabul are especially tough for the men and women who fought and sacrificed so much. ABC 10 News reporter Rachel Bianco is joining us now live at the Veterans Center in Mission Valley, where many will go for help. Rachel?
Kimberly, the VA has said roughly 1 in 5 recent combat veterans here in San Diego suffers from PTSD. For many, the horrific images coming out of Afghanistan are triggering feelings of sadness, anger, and isolation. Navy Commander James Seddon posing for a picture with a little boy in Afghanistan. The retired veteran served there from 2009 to 2010. He can't help but think of these kids as he watches the collapse of Kabul.
I can't say I was surprised by the events of the last couple of days, given the events of the last couple of weeks. But even so, I was a little surprised at how it affected me. It hit me a lot harder than I thought it would, and it's been very difficult to watch these scenes.
Seddon is an activist for veterans and a published author living in San Diego. He doesn't disagree with the pullout of troops after 20 years, but he believes it could have been done in a more gradual way.
I worry that we are making a mistake and that what comes next will ultimately be more costly than the presence we were maintaining in Afghanistan in 2018, 19, and 20.
He says the focus must be on protecting our Afghan allies.
People that have served over there have a good idea of what the Taliban are all about, and our hearts are breaking for the Afghan people. The Afghans deserve better than more Taliban rule.
Still, he believes his fellow veterans should be proud of the work accomplished.
Life expectancy and infant mortality rate and access to the internet and education, especially for girls, and healthcare access. There are hard numbers that indicate a lot of good over the last 20 years.
And Seddon has concerns about national security.
The last time the U.S. ignored Afghanistan, it didn't turn out too well for us. The last time the Taliban were in power, they hosted al-Qaeda, who attacked us. Will it go differently this time? We'll have to wait and see.
Chris, this is just one of several veteran centers across San Diego. Anyone who is struggling with their feelings is urged to contact one of them. Reporting live in Mission Valley, Rachel Bianco, ABC 10 News.
Those were powerful words. Thank you, Rachel. And we spoke earlier to San Diego Immigrant Affairs Manager Farhat Propel about the situation in Afghanistan. She was born there and her family escaped the country decades ago. She talked about how San Diego can help those in need trying to do the same thing.
Here in San Diego, one of the most important things we can do is to welcome Afghan refugees and refugees from all over with open arms and compassionate hearts. We have a fantastic and robust Welcoming San Diego strategic plan that talks about how we can best support our immigrant and refugee community here through supporting access to education, economic opportunities, creating an inclusive environment, helping to promote civic engagement, helping to create safe and connected communities. All of those pieces are incredibly important.
Popal says great progress has been made for women and girls in Afghanistan over the past 20 years, but she fears the Taliban takeover of that country may reverse those gains.
With their newly established power in Afghanistan, the Taliban are already starting to hint at what life may be like for millions of Afghans who will not leave the country. Currently, leaders are making claims that they will offer amnesty to those who worked for the previous government and supported the American occupancy. They're also claiming there will be no violence against women under Islamic law.
In general, this is all part of the Taliban's effort to really consolidate control. And that includes, I think, probably being less brutal and less authoritarian than they were during that 1996 to 2001 period, at least initially.
Political science assistant professor William Nomikos sees the Taliban's immediate claims as strategic. He believes the group will likely want to consolidate its gains and establish military power, and then things could change. Although this is not the same Taliban that it was in power more than 20 years ago, which was easily defeated when the U.S. invaded.
One can certainly envision a Taliban regime that is, as we said, more diplomatically sophisticated, that seeks to establish friendly relations with adversaries of the United States, including Russia and China.
Although, again, Professor Nomikos thinks for now the Taliban will remain fairly isolated, focused more on internal policies. One concern with their territory control in Afghanistan is possible terrorist safe havens, a place where groups like al-Qaeda will be allowed to freely operate. But Professor Nomikos points out terrorist groups have also changed their strategies over the past 20 years and don't necessarily need government sponsoring.
You don't really need to have large warehouses to store things. You can recruit digitally. There's a lot of recruitment that occurs now on even open social media platforms, much less the dark corners of the internet.
Meanwhile, major social media platforms will continue to label the Taliban as a terrorist organization, as it's recognized by the U.S. law. That means pictures, videos, and posts promoting the group will be removed.
And opening statements began today in the trial of the man accused of killing San Diego police officer Jonathan J.D. de Guzman. It happened more than 5 years ago. ABC 10 News reporter Mimi Alcala is joining us now live from the downtown courthouse on day one of what will surely be a lengthy trial. Mimi.
Hi, Kimberly, and today we heard some really strong opening statements and watched some heartbreaking body camera footage from a responding officer's camera that night in 2016. We also heard testimony from that officer later on in the afternoon. Court just wrapped up at 4 o'clock, just a little bit before the show started. We do have some video to show you from inside of the courtroom. This is 60-year-old Jesse Gomez. He's seen here in the downtown courtroom today. He's accused of opening fire on officers Jonathan J.D. de Guzman and Wade Irwin in July of 2016. De Guzman, who was a 16-year veteran of the San Diego Police Department, died at the hospital, while Irwin was shot in the neck and hospitalized for weeks. Emotional footage from a San Diego Police Sergeant Kelly Stewart's body camera was played in court today, showing the chaotic moments after he arrives on scene after that shooting. Most of the video is just too graphic to share as Stewart pulls de Guzman from a patrol car, speeds him to a hospital, then helps carry him into an operating room. During opening statements today, the prosecutor described Gomez as a man with a criminal history who was approached by police one night, had a gun on him, didn't want to go back to jail, so he shot at the two officers instead, saying de Guzman never even got out of his car that night. The defense painted a completely different picture, saying Gomez was walking down a dark sidewalk in his neighborhood Shelltown, calling it dangerous, full of gang violence, when he was approached with bright headlights from behind and was afraid for his life. The first witness on the stand today was Sergeant Stewart, who spoke after his body camera footage was played.
At some point while they were working on him, one of the doctors basically told us that, hey, he wasn't going to survive.
Stayed with him all night?
Yes.
Why?
Because I didn't want him to be alone.
And And this trial is expected to last about 4 weeks. Of course, we will keep you updated on the outcome. We're live downtown. Mimi Alcala, ABC 10 News.
This week, federal health officials are expected to announce COVID booster shot guidelines. A third dose of the vaccine is expected to be recommended 8 months after receiving the second dose, regardless of age. However, booster shots won't be available until the FDA formally approves the vaccines. Pfizer is expected to gain this status in the coming weeks.